1,
2,
3,
4, 5, 6. What do most high school students do after spring break is over? They go back to school and pick up their lives where they left off. That's the same thing that I did every single year except for my senior year. That was the year that my life was thrown a curveball by the man upstairs. It was right after spring break, 2 months until prom, 3 months until graduation. My appendix completely ruptured, sending an infection out as if it were lava from a volcano. God is the only reason that I'm alive today. I spent spring break with a friend at the beach like a normal teenager. When I got home, I got sick and was misdiagnosed in my first doctor's appointment. According to healthpages.com, the normal symptoms for an appendicitis are fever, nausea, painful urination, diarrhea, constipation, sharp pain, and abdominal swelling. I did not have any of these symptoms except for the fever and the vomiting, which is why I was diagnosed with a stomach bug. Things did not get any better for a week or so, so I was scheduled a second doctor's appointment, in which they sent me to get a CT scan and blood work. When the CT scan results came back, we received a call from the doctor telling us to get to the hospital as soon as we could. When I showed up to the hospital and wasn't admitted, we were followed to the room by a surgeon who then ordered a second CT scan. With the results found from the tests, I had a ruptured appendix. According to WBUR.org, in the United States, perhaps 80% of the appendicitis cases get to surgery before the organ ruptures. This, however, was not the case for me. When I arrived to the hospital, my appendix had already been ruptured and the infection had been there for 8 days. The surgeon told me that I was lucky to be alive with how severe this was. And I was in the hospital for close to a week and had surgery the Saturday before Easter. According to WBUR.org, a patient can end up with a pus-filled abscess outside the appendix. This is what happened to me during the surgery. They put a tube in the drain into my abdominal cavity in order to drain my infection out slowly. They did not remove my appendix at this time. I was finally released to go home with the drain, which was eventually removed later on that year. July 25th, I had a second surgery in which my appendix was finally removed. It was a miracle that I survived this whole experience. Some people believe that it was luck. Some people believe that it was my strong health. I, however, believe that it was God. God is the reason for me surviving. Appendicitis aren't usually a big deal for people. They come into the ER, have surgery, and go home. Mine was not that simple. According to a MetaVisual, there's a picture that shows the difference between a normal appendix and one that looks like mine. This is that picture. Mine was tucked away and hidden, shown in this picture, because the appendix would be right here. God played a huge role in this experience. Not only did He keep me alive, but He gave me peace through the whole thing. He got my attention, and now I have a closer relationship with Him. I am more involved in church and enjoy to be involved in church. Some people may ask, how is this inspirational? This speech is inspiration, knowing that God can help you overcome anything, even a near-death experience. God had plans for me and was not ready for me to go yet. And now that I have told you about my miracle story and drawing closer to God with the steps of getting sick and the hospital visits, I am alive today because of God. I can answer any questions you may have. Yes?
How is this speech inspirational?
The speech is inspirational because it shows that a testimony from anybody living through something like that can be inspiration to anybody else's life. On top of that, it shows that people only turn to God whenever they need something, which is what I did. And it just showed that He can have inspiration in anybody's life.
Okay, I have a question. How did no one know that it was your appendix giving you the problems?
My appendix was tucked behind organs, and I had a very high tolerance for pain. So when they did the normal press on the stomach, I didn't jump off the table like most people did, so they didn't assume anything.
I have a question. How is your appendix different from others?
Many ruptured appendix are easily dealt with, whereas mine had the 8-day-old infection and it caused for lots of issues to go on, such as I wasn't able to remove my appendix. I had to have a drain in order to get the infection out before I could do that.
1,
2,
3,